Future abandoned Ciara just months after giving birth.
Becoming a single mom hurts what I'm going through.
The engagement was being called off. I called it off.
So why is he sending her new husband death threats?
Rolling slap out of her.
And Future Jr. now has a new father.
Leave my son out of your relationship.
How do I get out of
What did she expect? Future has done this many times before.
Future has a pattern of getting with women, having babies, and then leaving.
and everything looks like it's good and everything is not always good?
And you go from this level of toxicity, you just want something stable.
I've never had that feeling in my
What's
life.
the feeling?
Everyone says Ciara and Russell Wilson have the perfect marriage. But why won't he defend her?
You gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson? He's so goddamn square.
And a woman who was attracted to bad boy, can she switch it to a clean cut guy?
Ciara, who was the most beautiful woman in the world, everything I could ever want.
He not being a man because we don't need your relationship for anything.
No, I'm sure it was really difficult for you. You had a baby. It was all very public.
I realized I have to start making different decisions.
Ciara fights for her child in custody battle with Future.
I can take care of him on my own.
Should Russell man up or should Future back off?
This is the real life story behind the tabloids.
You look like you fall in love fast. You fall in love fast?
I've always had the same goal of wanting to be loved a certain way, but I was just walking in the wrong direction.
If you and Future get married and you stay together for 20 years and then all of a sudden there's Future out smashing some random chick,
You're not gonna put that in the universe.
would you dead the 20-year relationship?
Love can make you be blind.
Right.
And she was right. She was blinded by love. For years, she dated bad boys, most notoriously Future. So when she married NFL player Russell Wilson, people were suspicious that it seemed so perfect. And Future wasn't afraid to speak out about them. But when you know what really happened, you're going to see things completely differently.
The relationship with Future, people want to know, how's the relationship, how he treats you?
He's an amazing guy. Like, he's really a gentleman. So
Married this year?
Yes, I am actually.
Congratulations.
Are you gonna be like married and children? Like, is this it?
Hey, it's it. This it.
This is it.
Ciara had longed to get married and have the picture-perfect family like her parents did.
I grew up with my mom and my dad being together. The idea of it being mommy and daddy that made baby.
my dad, 9 days after knowing my mom, they were married and they've been together for 31 years.
But it was clear that Future did not fit well into this picture, and everyone could see it but her.
A lot of folks were saying that she should not be dating Future.
You're in a public relationship now.
Yeah,
How does that feel? How does that work?
I feel good.
Yeah?
Going from me being with different girls every day, you know what I mean, the cool and being with one.
Wait, you went from different girls every day to
Every
just
day,
one?
rockstar lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, at the same damn time.
Because he already had kids, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the pattern is that like he has babies with everybody. She was trying to make a guy that was not a one-woman man, as he said himself, into a married man. How was that gonna happen?
It seems like she felt it would be different with her.
He's my best friend and my true love.
There's an N on your finger.
His name is Navadius.
Navadius. Now, does he have one of those with the C on it?
He does.
Now, what happens, God forbid,
Okay.
if you don't get married to this guy? How are you going to explain that to the next man?
I'm going to put in the universe positive things.
Gotcha.
I'm going to put in the universe that it's going to only get better and better and better.
And yeah, we've all seen somebody and you're like, even with all the red flags, you tap more into the good. The good outweighs the bad. And then like from the outside, everybody's like, the bad is outweighing the good, my friend.
Sometimes when we really like people and we see the red flags, we're like, let's just not acknowledge it so that it doesn't upset us. Despite the fact that she might have been seeing some red flags, her picture-perfect life was starting to come together.
So, Ciara and Future had their baby. She named the baby after his rap name.
I'm enjoying every day being a mom, all the good things that are happening. It's truly an exciting time, so I have a lot to be thankful for.
I think she might have had some of that, well, there's a baby involved. Maybe that will keep him around. I don't know why, because he's done it 3 times before, right? Because it's clear that to Future, a baby is not a commitment. Versus Ciara, because of this idea that she's had her whole life of like mom and dad, they make a baby. So to her, it's like a baby ties us together.
But 3 months after giving birth, she got to see who Future really was.
The engagement was being called off. I called it off. I'm not comfortable about where I'm at in my career. I'm not comfortable with compromising, being the person that I am.
And it sounds like he prioritized his work over getting married.
No, I'm sure it was really difficult for you. You had a baby, you were engaged, it was all very public.
Becoming a single mom, I would have moments when I'd be in the car, in the shower, and I'd be crying. And I'd be like crying because I am not in the happiest place, and it hurts what I'm going through.
As quickly as her world went up, it was like as quickly as it came down.
And just months later, when she was spotted out with another guy herself, she was accused of replacing Future with somebody even worse.
Worse.
You gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson? He's so goddamn square. He's a fucking square.
Russell was being called lame and square for being clean cut and committed.
We met through a mutual friend. The first day we saw each other, it was like, yes, sir.
You look like you fall in love fast. You fall in love fast?
I'm not going to put a time limit on when I can't do something.
On top of the media sort of asking questions, Future added some fuel to the fire. He started publicly attacking Russell, giving him death threats and harassing him online.
How you feel about nigga Russell Wilson?
He do exactly what she tell him to do. He not being a man in that position. Of course I wouldn't want somebody to push my son. If I was a kid and my mama had a dude pushing me, I would have jumped out the stroller and slapped the shit out of him. Leave my son out of your relationship, because we don't need your relationship for anything. I can take care of him on my own.
And I get that. I get that feeling of like, I'm the dad and like, that's my son. It's a natural feeling when somebody is going to be around your child maybe more so than you are.
Yes, his feelings were valid, but did he have to do it so publicly? Because it didn't stop there. He actually went on to write a song about Ciara, calling her his possession and part of his collection.
And Ciara, is she like responding?
Well, basically what she did is she filed a defamation suit against Future for $15 million for his attacks. Yes. And then Future countersued and basically claimed that his comments are not affecting her or not damaging her reputation because her career was already on a low.
So first of all, that's rude. If you don't want her back, why are we doing this? At the end of the day, you still have to call each other. You still have to figure out what's going on with the baby, and you're in court fighting. Yeah. And that's ridiculous.
And to make things worse, the harassment continued in the media.
One of the hosts stated that Ciara would have never married the NFL player if he didn't have money.
Can a woman who was attracted to a bad boy, can she switch it to a clean cut guy? I think that a woman would do that for financial stability.
But she wasn't with Russell for his money, and it wasn't to complete the perfect picture in her head. Ciara wasn't blinded anymore and realized the love she and her son deserved.
When I was thinking about my son, I know the kind of love like that I want for us. My dad's love is what saved me. I've realized I have to start making different decisions. Loving myself was huge, but it was different. I never had that feeling in my life.
What was the feeling? What was it?
It was just like, it was calm.
How can she be calm? Isn't she in a lawsuit, like battle with Future right now?
Well, Ciara wanted to put her son first ultimately, so she made the step to grant joint custody to Future. They both ended up dropping their suits, and Future stated, if you're happy, I'm happy. You're connected for life. I don't want to go through this shit and for it to come back on my son, my kid. I want you to be in the best situation.
Russ jumped right in. He was changing diapers. He was so proud of Future's first steps.
I wanted a woman who was going to love me the way that my mom loved my dad.
By focusing on herself instead of trying to get someone to turn into something that they're not, Ciara finally found the love that she deserved and became the perfect example of what she had growing up.
So there's something beautiful about your kids seeing how you're loved. Once I start to love myself, I can also be loved how I deserve it to be loved, and I can also love the right way too.
Sometimes it takes a while to get there, but once you get it, it's like life-changing. And you're able to see the things that you deserve or that you don't deserve.
Instead of focusing on fitting the wrong person into the picture in your head, you can focus on becoming the best version of yourself.